It's not your imagination. No, you're not black American. You wonder why they call you Jamaican when you're above all the other nations. It's not your imagination. No, you're not a Haitian. You wonder why they call you Puerto Rican when you're above all the other nations. It's not your imagination. They just wanna keep us down. They don't wanna see us with the crown. You the mourneth in the gates thereof languish. They are blackened to the ground, yeah. They keep us low-key, red that and OC. It's more to you than them dreads and them gold teeth. I never cut my beard, forget a gold teeth. God your spirit like a goalie.
Four Corner.
Yeah.
Where truth speaks.
That's right. Welcome back to Four Corners News. I'm Captain Zakar to my left.
Captain Severus.
To my right.
Captain Gad.
To my far right.
I'm Salayel.
And we make up Four Corners News. Hey, we don't want to waste no time. We got to get right back into it. Everybody know what's coming up, right? What's coming up this Sunday?
Super Bowl
Sunday. You got
packed.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
already.
Hey, listen.
Hey, this is
I work in
Judas
downtown Miami.
Holiday.
It's flooded. Miami is flooded right now. So much traffic.
Judas Holiday.
Hey, this is Judas Holiday.
In the NFL, there
Bring
is
out
no
your
black.
point.
Yeah, oh damn. No. Hey, damn it. Say it again, Cap.
This is Judas Holiday, Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey, Deacon Malachi, I see how you feel, man. Sit between two Benjamites, be ganging up on you. I'm sitting between a daggone Gadite and a Levite, ganging up on a Judite.
Hey,
Judah,
it's
they
true.
going all out right now. I mean, all the dunks sitting high, lined up in order.
Yeah, I know that.
They're going crazy, man. They're going crazy.
All
Right
the
now,
pork ribs getting sold out of
you can't go
Walmart.
nowhere right now.
Some
You
of them
cannot.
Levi. Let's believe that, because all y'all follow
Nah, don't-
Judah.
nah,
Yep,
don't-
okay. Bring up the video, because we're going to go to Marshawn Lynch. He was interviewed, and he made a statement. Somebody asked him a question about black owners in the NFL, right? So let's see what he had to say. Now, if you don't know nothing about Marshawn Lynch is from the hood.
From the hood.
He is.
He's from the hood of Oakland, and he still got the hood in him.
Yeah, he do.
Even though he got money, he ain't changed. But let's see what he says about that question that was asked of him. Bring it up. Let's play that.
In the NFL, there are no black owners. You know, and I watch you and my other homies play, and I see a lot of black people and poor white people. You know what I'm saying? Mostly black folks. Right. How do you feel about that? How do the players talk about that?
Check this out, y'all.
And to be
What he
honest,
say?
It's a tough situation because, I mean, you know, you got to think your whole life you've been playing football, you know, for that moment to go ahead and you know, to play in the NFL. And then, you know, when you get there, you know, all the executives, the owners, they all white. And I mean, you know, it get to a point where, you know, in order to fit in, you got to learn how to, I guess it's called code switching or something, where you got to not be yourself in order to fit in, and I'll say to stick around.
Pause that.
And I mean, you know, you don't get too many.
Pause it. That last part was heavy. To stick around. Because your talent will get you in.
Yeah.
But if you don't assimilate, you will not stay.
That's what that is. Code switching is AKA assimilating.
Yep.
And you would think that once they drafted you based on your talent and what you can do, but he's like, you know, hell, everybody's good around here, but only a certain type of dude sticks
Genre of
around.
people. Right.
Those that change, and you know that. You know, if you know anything about Marshawn, when he used to do interviews with the press, he would get up there and he wouldn't even say nothing. He would answer one word: yes, no, yes.
Yeah, at one point, he wouldn't even say nothing.
Yeah.
And guess what the NFL did to him? Fined him.
Fined him.
Every interview where he didn't speak, he was fined thousands of dollars.
So you mean to tell me they said, nigga, you gonna talk.
You gonna speak. You gonna speak. We ain't paying these reporters for nothing. You gonna speak.
Damn. So he's saying you get there, you played your whole life, and everybody you get there don't look like you, and now you got to change up how you act just to stay there, because they've got the power to cut you or give you that next big contract.
Hey, now, I want our people to understand this. The NFL is made up of 80% Israelites.
Yep.
80 to 90% Israel, right? We have no owners. We have no executives.
Zero.
We have no CEOs.
Zero.
That should put something in your mind like, man, am I really escaping oppression? Bring it out. Are you really escaping oppression?
Yeah.
Are you really escaping the white cops? Are you escaping the white judges? Are you escaping anything that's Caucasian? You're not. Nope. You're not escaping it. Even with all the money, the talent, you will never escape what God has put over us.
And here we go.
That's slavery.
Deuteronomy.
It's just all it is just a bigger plantation field.
Yep.
That's all it is. That's why they still have that name. Player, owners.
Yep.
Right.
They still own you.
Hey, that's a heavy point you bring out, because I was going to bring this out one day. It's just when the right time on Four Corners that the NBA realized the relationship that it had in the names. You had players and owners, right? So they try to change up the names of the owners to governors. They call the NBA owners. They don't call them after that dude was talking about what was the dude from the Clippers that said I feed
Donald
them?
Sterling.
Donald Sterling. He said I take care of them. I feed them. I give them money. I give them cars. They changed the name from owners to governors to try to put Negroes back to sleep. Those ain't owners. Just because they white don't mean they own us like slaves. They're governors. No, that's exactly what it is, and that's what Marshawn's bringing out. But break it out, Deuteronomy 28, and I want to read verse 29.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 29.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Now, see, this is the thing that in our minds, our people, they think that oppression stops once you get money.
Right.
Once I get drafted.
Right. Once you achieve what you've been dreaming about through your childhood,
that's what he said.
Oppression stops.
Yep.
No.
And he realized that he went from being poor and oppressed in Oakland, he went right into another oppression. Just this time is he got more money to buy more trinkets to soothe the oppression that is all around him.
Bring it out.
That's all it is. That way, that's exactly how Esau does it. He separates you from your people. He give you all the trinkets, the Beckys, everything. Next thing you know, even if you have the thought of trying to redo something in your neighborhood, they put charities in front of you. Here, what about this charity? You want to give back? Here, give it to this charity, the Boys and Girls Club.
Well,
that's what they do.
What was that thing they try to push to make the NBA Negroes seem less violent? The NBA Cares, all those commercials and stuff before the game come on, and right before it comes back on from commercial break, NBA Cares. They show NBA players doing community work and stuff and all that, talking to the kids. That's to paint the Negroes in a different light because of where they come from. Hey, go back to the video. Well, go ahead, Kat.
I was gonna say something about the NFL draft. When you examine the NFL draft, it's done exactly how the auction blocks would. Bring it out. How big are you?
Blocks.
Right, the slave blocks. How high can you jump? How fast can you
Don't
run?
forget to sign up for the app, the ESPN app. It's fun and it's easy. Fun and easy. Those are two good things. And we also have a fantasy auction going on campus, and here's our auctioneer, Al Wheeler.
Next on the auction block, we got Odell Beckham Jr. Do I have $15? And they're going to 15, 16, 17, they're going to $18, now 19, going to be 20, 21, we're going to 2, 3, $24, bid 5, 6, 7, 27, 28, they're going to bid 9, 9, going to be $30, bid 1, 31, they're going to buy $31, 1, they're going to buy $30, bid 1, 2, 2, 3, 34, 34, y'all are all done. Sold 34 to Shiny Top, $34.
When you look at the movie 12 Years a Slave, it's a scene in that movie when they made a young man do high knees. How high can you get your knees up? It shows how athletic you are. That shows how much cotton you can pick. How much of the sun you can take without water. All of that is going right into today's NFL draft. We are actually training our kids. We are training them ourselves, building them up to be rich slaves.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. The white man ain't gotta train our kids. No, they ain't gotta train Billy to teach them how to pick cotton. The parents is teaching the kids how to pick cotton. We teaching our kids to prepare to be rich slaves. Bring it out.
Also, they can make it to Super Bowl Sunday. Go back to the video. Let's see what Marshawn talking about. Pull it back up.
Code switching or something, where you gotta not be yourself in order to fit in, and I'll say to stick around. And then I mean, you know, you don't get too many athletes that actually go into it with the mindset that they're gonna be able to continue to be themselves and give the game back to the younger athletes in order to start a change and to start something differently. Because most people say, you know, it's about getting your money in. At that time, getting your money mean just go out there, play football, and shut up. So if you think outside the box.
That's a heavy point. And you know where that came to life, fruition? Colin Kaepernick. He was supposed to just throw a ball to a receiver and shut up.
Shut up.
Right.
Don't say nothing or speak up for your people at all. And if you do, we're going to blackball you. We're going to give you a makeshift interview. And we're not going to even sign you.
But
we're going to sign
the receivers that you threw to.
Who was the receivers?
And watch this, Captain. Watch this. And Colin Kaepernick took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Bring it out.
And guess what? Who's in a Super Bowl now?
49ers.
The 49ers.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't put it past it where they set it up that way that they made it to show Colin, we don't need you.
Hey, I won't put nothing past these Edomites, man. That's what God said. Never trust them.
Nope. Never.
I won't put nothing. I'm gonna put on. Hey, I seen an interview with a white dude. His name is Chris Borland. He played in the NFL for 1 year. He was the top. He was a rookie of the year. He said he saw something that made him retire early.
1 year?
1 year. He was rookie of the year that year. He saw something that made him. I saw it in a movie. He saw something that made him retire early. What he saw was, he said he came back from a game and it was halftime, and he saw all the men with their pants below their butt. So he said, what the hell going on? So apparently they are giving NFL players, black players, steroids during the game.
What?
So that they can finish the game. These players, I'm telling you, these players are in so much, what's the word I'm looking for?
Jacked up.
Their bodies is just jacked up.
Hey,
but they don't tell us that.
Right. There's NFL players that even had interviews how they get suicidal. Because their bodies are so jacked up afterwards.
That's why I seen it on the what's the brother name? Aaron. What's the brother name?
Aaron Rodgers?
The brother that killed himself. Aaron Hernandez on Netflix.
Oh, the documentary.
I was watching that documentary, and on there, even him and Mike Pouncey from the Steelers, they was talking about how what the NFL bans openly, the trainers give them secretly.
Whoa.
Just so that they can continue in the games.
Damn.
Just so that they can keep that money coming in. Play that game. Don't worry. I know your back hurt.
I'll fix you right up.
Right. I know you done had 20 concussions in 2 seasons. Don't worry. I got these shots for you.
Yeah.
And he do that under the table.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
Sell your soul to Satan, man. And at the end, you got nothing.
Go back to it. Let it play.
People say, you know, it's about getting your money in. At that time, getting your money mean just go out there, play football, and shut up. So if you think outside the box, you tend to shorten your career or not get your career started.
Ooh.
And after chasing that career, after putting in
for so long
time in order to get to the NFL, you kind of
just take it.
Don't do nothing else. So therefore, it leaves you in a position where your whole life you've been trying to get to this point, and now that you're there, you don't make it. You had nothing to fall back on. And I mean, that's probably like 90% of the league. So if you do get in the lead and you do have, let's say, a 5-year career, you know, that's another 5 years in which you put onto your life where you have not thought about what you're going to do when it's over. So it kind of mess you up in the head, and you got to reprogram yourself into thinking something differently. And when you don't have a goal, like, oh, I'm going to reach the NFL, it kind of
changes you.
It drains you, and it puts you in a different position. So after you've been going for this job to get in the NFL, when people telling you to code switch, and then when you get in the code switch, and then that don't work out for you, and now you got to go back and find yourself.
Make you go crazy.
You chasing your own tail. You fighting demons within yourself, and it's hard to get out of that because
heavy,
nobody has broke the cycle to understand
that's
that.
Heavy.
Stop.
That's where the depression come from.
What the brother is saying, that your whole life, from the childhood, from the youth leagues to the middle school to the high school to the college, you have been chasing the dream of the NFL.
Yeah.
And then you achieve that dream just to find out that it's not like you thought it was going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be the kingdom of roses and money.
Yep.
But it's actually the kingdom of Satan.
Yeah.
Then once they let you know they Satan, and if you don't assimilate, they kick you out. What else you got to do?
Hey, that's the same thing that happens in the entertainment industry.
Absolutely.
You got to do things to stay there that go against your morality as a human being, and therefore you this is what it says. Go to 1 Timothy 6. God got all the answers, man. All of the answers. 1 Timothy chapter 6, and I want to start at verse 9. Let's read that.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Because like you said, from that youth, you've been chasing riches all your life, and you know the quickest way for a black man to get rich in America is through sports. It's through rapping.
Right.
You know that. So we do whatever we have to do to get that money, no matter what it is. It may even be taking under the table medicine that's going to jack you up, make you go crazy in the long run. Play with concussions where after you get out, you going to go crazy, you're going to die, and then they go dissect your damn brain. But you're doing it for the money, for the here and the now. Read verse 10.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after.
Okay. Read on.
They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
With many sorrows, man. Like Marshall's topic said, you can't be yourself.
No.
Right, you can't.
You got to be somebody else.
You can imagine how many family members or friends that they had to cut off so they could attend those parties and all that. You see that? So, and once they get cut and they have to come back, you're looking at your friends looking at you like,
what's up, man? Why you different?
You cold switched on us, man.
That's why they. Hey, that's why
you
they
coming
push,
back on the block.
Right. That's why they push white. What they call them?
White girl, Becky's.
White girls, but what's the agents?
Oh yeah.
White agents, white girls.
Right.
That's what they push.
Yeah. Hey, we got the caller. All right. Hey,
Shalom, officer.
Shalom, officer. You on Four Corners News?
Here we go.
You there? We can't hear you.
Turn them up. Turn them up.
Hey, shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Hey, Most High Christ bless. Officer, get a line. Turn him up for us some more so we can hear him.
Oh, man. All the captains. All praise to the Most High. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All praise. I just wanted to chime in, man. I respect everything y'all might have been doing down there in Miami. All praise to the Most High. I wanted to chime in on what Marshawn Lynch was saying.
Yeah.
The brother's on point, man, because you know when you get to that level of stardom, or you get to that level where you playing in the NFL or the NBA, you do feel that pressure. You know, you do feel that pressure. You start looking around and you start seeing that, hey, look, everybody that looks like me is a player that's working out 4, 5, 6, 7 hours out the day, but everybody that look like, that's why this is so-called white man, they the one owning the team.
Yeah.
You know, when I played for the Orlando Magic, they had a window from where the GM and the owners, they sat and looked down on the court. So
wow.
we were practicing right. You know, they looked down on the court to make sure we met our times.
Damn.
You know, and it was like you always felt that pressure that they're watching you. You know,
that sounds like
exactly what the brothers.
That's like modern day slavery.
That sounds like a slave master looking from the plantation house down at his slaves if they pick and got cotton fast enough.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I want to lose a gift to stroke the heart, man, because them what they call them, the contracts, the $1 million contracts and the signing bonuses, all of that don't mean nothing, man. You have just become property.
Yeah,
that's what you are. You have just become someone's property.
Right.
All praise, Captain. You on point, because I can tell you, my wife can tell you as well. In my contract, in my rookie contract with Orlando, they had it to where it was required for me to make 12 appearances, at least 12 appearances at the functions that they deemed worthy for a rookie to be at.
Damn.
So if it was a Christmas party,
damn,
if it was a birthday party,
had to go.
if it was a Thanksgiving dinner, whatever it was, if I had to put a Santa Claus hat on and go pass out gifts to little Edomite kids.
NBA cares.
Oh, man.
Damn.
That's that NBA care stuff that I was talking about earlier.
Hey, those are the little things that they don't put out in the mainstream. We see the running backs, we see the point guards. They doing their thing, but we don't even know that what's really written in their contracts.
Yeah.
We don't really know what's going on.
Right.
How if you don't make this certain amount of tackles, if you don't make this certain amount of yards, you gone, you out,
you gone. You gone, man. That's heavy.
Right.
Hey,
that's called incentives. You have to have incentives in your contract.
Yeah.
If you made a certain amount of rebounds, you made a certain amount of points, that would trigger those bonuses. If you don't meet those requirements, you get an average money. A lot of these players, you see them signing for $100 million contracts, but they only gonna see $20 million because Uncle Sam gonna take 50%.
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the tax bracket they in. If they don't meet those incentives, they're gonna lose another 30.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's why they be trying to get these maxed out contracts, try to get as much as they can, because they know
that's why
they ain't gonna see most of that money.
Yeah, that's why they hold out.
Hey, man, that's just modern day slavery. See, that's what it is. That's why the scriptures say that thou art wiser than Daniel. Yep. He know how to keep slaves, but he just go give you a little bit more money to make you think you free, because you've been so damn poor. When you get a little bit of money, you gonna think you hit lotto. But he's like, Negro, that money I gave you is crumbs compared to what I got. How do you think I'm paying everybody around here? That's crumbs, man. Damn, that's heavy. Hey, thank you for your call, Officer Get Alive, man. We're going to get back to the show.
Hey, can I get a script real quick?
Appreciate y'all.
Get Deuteronomy 28. Hey, shalom, officer. Get Deuteronomy 28:45 real quick. Just read it real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45.
Come on.
Moreover, all these curses
all these plagues, all these curses
shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till
and overtake thee and pursue thee. Do you know what that means? Wherever you at?
Yeah.
That means whatever financial situation you in. God says these curses go pursue thee.
No matter what class, social class you in.
It don't matter. Y'all know what it means to pursue something? I mean, it's always chasing you. You can't run from it. It's always a step behind.
So that means when you're poor, it's chasing you. When you become middle class, it's chasing you. When you get rich,
it's chasing you.
When you get wealthy, I'm still there.
I'm still there. You could be a billionaire. Hell, you could become the president of the United States. Them curses still gonna chase you behind.
No matter what. Because remember, you could be rich, balling. You still got. What about your brother? What about your cousins? Your nation. Because remember, Esau he's balling because his nation is ruling.
Right.
They all.
That's why you got no black NFL owners, because Esau nation is doing good.
Bring it out. Hey, remember with Donald Sterling, he said, my friends talk to me.
Yes.
Those were NBA owners.
Yeah.
Those were other owners telling them, hey, man, your girl keep bringing niggas to the game.
Yeah, they know this.
You better fix that.
Right.
Or we going to have to kick you out of the brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to kick you out of the club.
Yeah. Hey, break it out. Break it out. Go back to the article. Is that it on that article? I mean, that video? Go back to the video. Let's play it out.
We talk about it all the time. It's like a backup plan, but when you see the NFL is so promising and you see all the glamour behind it, you don't think about that. And I mean, at the end of the day, you watch what's going on.
Okay, so that's it on that video. All right, now go to the next video, because, you know, I want to, South Park be telling the truth.
Oh, and they do. And they
but
do.
they put it in a comedic way, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So you hear up here, we talk about that's a plantation. Your Super Bowl Sunday is just the best of the best slaves that made it to the highest level of sports in the Super Bowl, in football, right?
Yep.
Play the video of what South Park said. Watch this, y'all. This is heavy, man. University of Colorado Boulder. Play it.
Dean Howland, a representative from another prestigious institution, is here to see you.
A what? Send him in.
Hello there. The name is Eric P. Cartman. I'm a well-respected owner in the slave trade.
Listen.
In the what?
My peaches, what a wonderful office you got yourself, y'all. Certainly got yourself a lucrative business, don't you? Well, let me get right down to it then. Like yourself, I'm also in the slave trade.
Woo!
But at the moment, I find myself in a little quandary with legal issues. Was wondering if you could share some secrets.
This is heavy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
You have some mighty strong-looking workers here, sir. I'd be willing to offer you $40 for 2 of the white ones and $50 for the blacks.
Damn!
Are you referring to our student athletes?
Student athletes. Oh, that is brilliant, sir. Now, when we sell their likeness for video games, how do we get around paying for our slaves? Student athletes.
Damn. Look, there are good reasons why our student athletes cannot be paid, young man.
I ain't arguing. If they got paid, then how'd we make all our money?
Oh, damn! And we have no desire to own slaves.
But of course you own slaves because... Oh, right. Of course you don't have desire to own slaves, son. Neither do I. And if there was any government agency listening in on this here conversation, they should know that we're not talking about slave ownership at all. All right, so now how do you get around not paying your slaves?
Get out. This is a prestigious university, and I am not saying one more word to you.
You think you can do whatever you want just because your corporation is a university? This country was founded on the ideals that one corporation couldn't hog all the slaves while the rest of us wallow in poverty.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Heavy!
Stop!
You heard what he said.
That's heavy
This
video.
country was founded on the idea that one corporation could not own all the slaves.
All the slaves. They call that a monopoly now.
A monopoly. And you got to think about what South Park just brought out.
Yeah.
These college players, they don't get paid. Just think about that.
Yeah.
They don't get paid. A lot of these coaches in college get paid more than NFL coaches.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't get paid. They get hurt. They get the same injuries as an NFL player, but they don't get no money.
Hey, go to Psalm 64:8. So now what they did, they passed a law or whatever. They try to give them. It started in L.A. or California. Try to give them a little bit of money compared, or they could sell their own likeness or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not even It's not even a comparison to what they truly make as an institution. No. It, like I said, it's crumbs.
Right. Billions of dollars.
They make billions of dollars in the NCAA, the NBA, the NFL, college football. Yeah. Read Psalm 64:8, because this is what just happened in that South Park video. Play it. Read it.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8.
Read it out.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
That's what happened in this video. Esau is telling you what he's actually doing.
Right.
And he's got code words to shield it and make you fall asleep. Student athletes.
Governors.
Student athletes.
Student athletes.
Hey, Cap, real quick. The Clemson football team generated $53.9 million. Wow. During the 2017 and 18 academic year, accounting for 42% of the department's total reported revenue.
Hey, now look at this. I played college football, so I will let you know this.
Oh, here we go.
Nobody shows up to the volleyball games. Nobody shows up to the baseball games.
Nope.
If your basketball team is weak, nobody shows up to the basketball games. Nobody shows up to the lacrosse games. Wow. They all show up to the football game.
Packed out. It be packed. Hey, and you can even have a sorry team.
A sorry team.
But the college gonna show up. The fans gonna be there.
Yep. Hey man, I want to watch that video again. Run it back so that can sink in and let you, and so South Park can let you know what they are doing to the people that play, our brothers and sisters that play sports.
Bring it out.
Go back to that video.
Student athletes.
Steve Howland, a representative from another prestigious institution, is here to see you.
A what? Send him in.
Prestigious institution.
Hello there. The name is Eric P. Cartman. I'm a well-respected owner in the slave trade.
His name is Cotton.
In the what?
My
Cotton
peaches,
Man.
what a wonderful office you got yourself, y'all. Certainly got yourself a lucrative business, don't you? Well, let me get right down to it then.
Straight
like
to
yourself,
business.
I'm also in the slave trade. But at the moment, I find myself in a little quandary with legal issues. Was wondering if you could share some secrets.
This is heavy.
I have
heavy,
no
man.
idea what you're talking about.
And he won't play
You have
dumb.
some mighty strong-looking workers here, sir. I'd be willing to offer you $40 for 2 of the white ones and $50 for the blacks.
Are you referring to our student athletes?
Student athletes. Oh, that is brilliant, sir.
Woo!
Now, when we sell their likeness for video games, how do we get around paying for our slaves, student athletes then?
Look, there are good reasons why our student athletes cannot be paid, young man.
I ain't
What?
arguing.
What
If they got paid, then how'd we make all our money, right?
Cut.
We do not own slaves, and we have no desire to own slaves.
But of course you own slaves because... Oh, right. Of course you don't have desire to own slaves, son. Neither do I. And if there was any government agency listening in on this here conversation, they should know that we're not talking about slave ownership at all. All right, so now how do you get around not paying your slaves?
There you go.
Get out. This is a prestigious university, and I am not saying one more word to you.
You think you can do whatever you want just because your corporation is a university? This country was founded on the ideals that one corporation couldn't hog all the slaves while the rest of us wallow in poverty. Screw you, sir. I'm going home.
Hey, that's a heavy.
That's heavy, man.
Hey, you gotta think about it. He letting you know, South Park letting you know that on the back end, that's how they talk.
Yep.
And they know
Right.
exactly
That's
what
exactly
student
how they
athletes mean.
Yep. Exactly.
That's how they talk.
right.
What they said, well, that's what he said, right? Just in case anyone's listening on this conversation,
Right.
we're not talking about slaves. We're talking about student athletes.
Hey, you want to know how? This little cartoon right here got so much truth in it that they got code words. They talk a certain way to get their point across. Trump is doing the same exact thing.
Yep.
I've been looking at some of that impeachment stuff. I'm like, this place is truly Babylon the Great. This is the place that rules all countries. Because that dude has literally stood on national TV and said, if I was China, if I was Russia, I would investigate the Bidens. That's code word to the other people.
Hey, this is what you need to
investigate
do.
them. This is what you
Right,
need to
that's
do.
what you need to do.
The same thing with this whole student athletes. That's what you call them, huh? Student athletes. Okay. All right. But this is how we go get our money through these code words. Now I'm gonna show you how it ain't just in the NFL. I mean the NBA. It's in the NFL. Go to that at Rooney Rule. If you don't know about the Rooney Rule, we great read it real quick. Read it for him, officer, real quick, and show you what the Rooney Rule is in the NFL.
The Rooney Rule is a National Football League policy that requires league teams to interview ethnic minority candidates,
Black and Hispanics,
for head coaching and senior football operation jobs.
There is only one black general manager in the NFL, Ozzie Newsome, for the Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead.
It is an example of affirmative action.
So they had to put, look, a league where it's 90% black people, they had to put in a rule for affirmative action just for black people to be in the front office because the only place they wanted you was the plantation field. Out on the field. You could be in the big house with the rest of us. We want you in the field. And they call it what? The football field.
Damn. Bring it out.
So it ain't the cotton field no more.
It's the football field.
Football field.
Damn. Go back.
Down.
Go back.
Hey, drop the bomb, brother. Drop the bomb.
Go back to it. It's an example of affirmative action. Read on.
Even though there is no hiring quota or hiring preference given to minorities, only an interviewing quota.
So they don't have to hire you. All they got to do is bring you in for an interview. Read on.
It was established in 2003, and variations of the rule are now in place in other industries.
Now you see they put in a rule, right? Now let's see if it's working for black men in the NFL to become head coaches, general managers, GMs, executives, all of that.
Owners.
Go down, scroll down to impact. It was implemented in 2003, right? Scroll down more. Scroll down. It's going to be right after that. Impact. Let's see how much it's working in 17 years.
I'll read it.
Read it.
Since the Rooney Rule was established, several NFL franchises have hired African-American head coaches, including the Steelers themselves, who hired Mike Tomlin.
Now, we all know Mike Tomlin, the black dude. If you've watched sports before, you know Mike Tomlin. Go ahead. Yeah, Steelers.
Before the 2007 season, the Steelers, however, had already interviewed Ron Rivera.
He's a Spanish dude.
Who was ethnically Hispanic, to fulfill the requirement before interviewing Tomlin. And Rooney himself contends that Tomlin's hiring did not result from the rule.
Read on.
At the start of the 2006 season, the overall percentage of African-American coaches had jumped to 22%.
So it jumped up to 22%, right? Read on.
Up from 6% prior to the Rooney Rule.
So it jumped up. It was only 6% before that. Read the next part.
As of 2020, the NFL has 3 African-American head coaches.
Read this. Read it. Read that part.
The same number as in 2003 when the Rooney Rule was adopted.
Drop the ball.
Man.
It's the same amount of coaches.
Damn.
They made a rule that they got to interview you, but we still not getting hired.
Still not. It's the same amount of NFL coaches before the rule was implemented.
Right.
So guess what that means? Ain't nothing changed.
It ain't nothing you can do.
So I'm saying Jay-Z not going to do nothing.
Here we go.
Say it ain't so. Here
we go.
He got the blueprint.
That's why.
Right, don't he?
His blueprint can't help no black coaches get a job.
Right.
They out there hiring wide receiver special team coaches over black coaches.
Yep. Bring it out. That's true.
A wide receiver special teams coach got a job before a black offensive coordinator coach did this year. And guess where that black offensive coordinator is right now?
What?
In the Super Bowl!
Damn.
He's in the Super Bowl and still didn't get a job.
That lets you know something.
There you go.
That lets you know something.
There you have it.
Hey, let me get a script real quick.
Break it out,
Get Second Maccabees 4 real quick. Read Second
But
Maccabees
Negroes
4.
love football. Negroes are going to be out there on Super Bowl Sunday spending all their money, all their donks, and they don't even want your people in the front office.
Come on.
Keep them Negroes in the field.
Hey, watch this. Read verse 13.
Second Maccabees chapter 4 verse 13.
Bring it out.
Now such was the height of Greek fashion.
Greek fashions, read.
And an increase of heathenish manners.
Of what?
Of heathenish manners.
Newsbreak. Football is not our heritage.
That's right.
Football is not our tradition.
That's right.
Football is not the black man's fashion.
That's right.
Read verse 15.
Verse 15, not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
And that's what's going on with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yeah. We say we stand up for oppression.
Right.
We know the white man did this, the white man did that, but we still glorify in the white man's fashion.
That's right.
We had to fight to play football.
Yeah.
We had to fight to play basketball. We had to fight to play baseball, but then we still celebrate it. We still celebrating it.
Yeah.
And on Sunday, you know what we're going to do? Well, like you said, Cap, we get paid, we're going to spend all our money.
Hey, I want you to read the next verse. The next verse is heavy. Verse 16.
Verse 16. By reason whereof.
Because you love the glory of the Grecians. So for that reason,
sore calamity came upon them.
God says, because because you love the glory of the Grecians. You love these sports. You love football. Sore calamity's going to come on you. You're going to get concussions. You're going to have brain injuries. You're going to make it to a place where you can't even be yourself once you get there.
Suicide. Yeah, there you go. Body aching.
Yeah.
You want death on yourself.
You're going to have to be you got to be a brown, you got to have to be a white man in brown skin just to stay there, because if you act like a nigga when you right here, we won't sign your contract and bring you back. How you like them apples? Well, you know what? You're kind of right. I think I do need to shape up.
Pass the mayonnaise.
I'll show up to that Christmas function with the hat on my head, even though I don't celebrate Christmas. I'll show up there for the money.
Hey, for all you so-called blacks and Hispanics that's about to worship the 49ers and the Chiefs this Sunday, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yep.
And you should be doggone, what is it? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Shame on you for two reasons. One, like we're going over now, they won't even let your own people get into the NFL to own a team.
Right.
Hell, maybe you ain't got the money to own a team. They won't even let your people be the head coaches. They won't let your people be the executives. They won't let your people be the general managers.
Right.
They don't even want your people being offense coordinators, defense coordinators. Those are some of the most prized positions in the NFL. And the second reason is when your own people, a black man named Colin Kaepernick,
bring it out,
stood up for you and tried to bring awareness to the white folk that was gunning you down out there on the streets. They said, this nigga got to go. And they ain't never let him back in. And you got black people right now buying tickets to go to the Super Bowl.
Hey, read verse 15 one more time.
Heavy, man.
Verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
There you go. Their heritage. Yeah. The honors of their fathers. What's running this planet? We was in tune with the Lord. We had everything set. But it said we set it aside and did what? Read?
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Serve the Grecians.
Hey, we like the glory.
You took off your royal robe, your garments. For what?
God-given dress code.
Put on a helmet.
Right.
To put on tights.
Bring it out.
Pants.
And then you get there, you can't even be your own self or speak up for your people's oppression that you clearly see.
Hey, even if you play too rough, you hit somebody too hard. You think that rule was made for white folks?
Right.
That rule was made for us.
Negroes out there,
we were taking hands off.
Right.
We too aggressive. Right. Now they trying to make the league more gentle.
Heavy.
And guess who has the most mercy on the football team? The quarterback.
It was created for
Come on, man. That's why when a black man play quarterback, when a black man plays quarterback, they allow him to get raped.
Yup. He get hit.
But let you blow on Tom Brady. And see, don't you get $1 million fine.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Flag.
Flag.
Personal foul on the nigga on the end because they blew on Tom Brady.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, it's all systematically done to oppress us, even in the midst of rich.
That's heavy.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.